Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble and on Patreon for X support and any kind of updates and the such. I usually go about on the Twitter X platform. Later today, we'll have the Callisto Protocol episode. I need to rearrange this to be more updated. I will be participating, if hopefully, on the second beta, and I will add. If I manage to record something, I will add there also to the open beta playlist. And basically, that's it regarding channel updates. There's been some stuff regarding the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I did some coverage of that, given that the last coverage that I did was a thread that Daniel Favre, the creative director of the game, and afterwards Graham's coverage of that thread. But yeah, I will try to check better what's happening there because there seems to be a lot of issues, a lot of again. I try to cover the best I can, but I never played the first one. I never paid too much attention to the first one, and this the fact that this game is again people were expecting this game to be pretty good, but it seems that there are some philosophies inherent especially to the main player, which is the same one from the first game. The, Again, the fact that a lot of changes are happening there, but again, I have to try and see better, so I have a better opinion regarding this situation. But my overall thought seems that a lot of the stuff comes from the community management team, that it's from PlayOn, I think, if not mistaken. And also that there seems to be some, I don't know, misunderstandings regarding what the creative director is saying. Again, I'm not sure, but again, I thought that Fred that he did was trying to clear up a lot of the confusion, especially around after the banning of the game or supposed banning of the game in Saudi Arabia. But I will try to get a little bit there because it seems to be a lot of kerfuffle, especially on X. I need to delve a little bit better there. In other things here in terms of news, we got the possibility of nobody getting an RTX 5090 and 5080 at that MSRP, or for that matter, to the supposed prices that they are supposed to launch, even from AIBs, because supposedly there is not a lot of inventory. There is some markets that they are already listing the GPUs at double the price, it seems. And I think the fact that the low inventory on the retailers seems to be some miscommunication between NVIDIA and board partners, due to which the market will see a limited stock of the 50 series. Again, this can trickle down to the 50 series also, which is interesting. Supposedly here from this report from Benchlife on the NVIDIA side, we'll see the GeForce 59 5080 to go on sale on January 30th. But we can confirm that there isn't much supply in the market, mainly due to some communications between NVIDIA and the AIB partners. Again, AIB or AAC, it's I completely forgot how it calls, but it's cards and B it's boards, depend on how you pronounce it. It's basically the same, as well as the Chinese New Year factor, which is expected to improve in February. In addition, we expect to see the 57 TTI mid to late February. Again, another source claims that due to the good shortage of the 59 5080, significant surge in prices has been seen, specifically in China, twice of the MSRPs. Again, this is I will assume this is because of the Founders Edition. I'm not sure, but yeah, which means almost 4,000. Sorry, not 400, $4,000 for the 5090, and around about 2000 for the 5080. And the fact that the 5080 can even increase more than $2000, even though supposedly the MSRP of the 5090 is $2000, is because of the fact that you will not find any 5090 in MSRP. The 5080 can even inflate a little bit more, possibly, which is not good. And there are some reports that um, probably uh, only Q1 or by the end of first quarter, or maybe only quarter two, so March, April, we will get a little bit more supply of the GPUs that we have now before the release, which is not good. So don't take too much of a rush on if you're thinking on buying these GPUs. Again, wait for the reviews, because again, I don't think these GPUs, especially on rasterized performance, will have a uplift in performance as people think that they are going to have, mainly because of the marketing shenanigans from Nvidia. I'm expecting on the high end to have an average of, I don't know, around 30% better than the 4090, if that much, like in the high ends. But I think it will eventually be around between 20 to 25% uplift in performance comparatively with the 4090. Then again, we got the other technology, especially the MFG from the 50 series, that's going to ramp up the, or trying to inflate the numbers for the frames there. But again, I don't think in terms of reviews of GPUs, we can only trust on frames, because then you put yourself in a position that you're judging software instead of hardware to a certain extent. I think some software can be complementary with the hardware, and I think the upscaling technology is a good tool to use if it can be backported to older GPUs, because I think then you can have older GPUs, or the older hardware can be their value can be increased by the fact that they the customer can maintain to a certain degree the same GPU without the need to buy a new GPU using this technology, especially upscaling. Because again, MFG is going to be only available for the 50 series. They're going to try and arrange some shenanigans, saying if they are going to manage to get around here and porting that to older NVIDIA GPUs, but I'm not that sure about that. But yeah, don't expect a lot of inventory here. Be aware of scalpers for sure. They're going to try and make some money in the couple of months while inventory is not that good on the GPUs. But yeah, we're going to see. I'm predicting going to see stories of people really buying the 5090 for $4,000 and complaining about it. But yeah, that usually these things happen. We saw, I think, on the 4090 stories, people buying $2,500 at the time. But yeah, I think we're going to see some stupid stories of people that are spending $4,000 for a GPU while you can build, I don't know, a super duper system that play all games 4K for the same price. But yeah, what you can do, people sometimes don't think that well. In terms of games, we got the Unknown Nine Awakening developer again eating layoffs after the game failed enormously. I think the peak concurrent players was around 250 to 300 players. Yeah, and taking into account that this game launched with some bundles from CPUs and GPUs, I think from AMD, if not mistaken. I think it was the some GPUs from AMD that had the bundle. When you buy the GPU, we have a code for this game and also for Warhammer, the 40K game that launched. I completely forgot the name of the title, but yeah, um, yeah, they again. And infested with Sweet Baby Inc. Consultancy. This game, even the game technically was horrible. Uh, the last gameplay trailers that they launched before the launch of the game was horrible, underperforming. The graphics seems like from PlayStation 2 era. There is no fluidity. Even the gameplay systems themselves were very bare bones, and they were trying to make it as a multimedia IP here, because they were already trying to get around and launching comic books, some audio dramas, podcasts, novels, and I think they were trying to get around animation also, and probably some movies. Again, series and movies, I think more on the animation side. But yeah, supposedly 80% of the workforce was laid off. And interestingly enough, I highlighted here that with the severance package now we've been seeing some emotional support on the severance packages. Again, very odd. Now the severance packages have emotional support. I don't know, some tissues. Again, some things really caught off me off guard here. With again, I never seen anything in my life with again severance packages having emotional support, which is interesting. Again, access to medical support, okay, which part of because of medical system or the health system in United States doesn't work the same way that, for example, European countries. Korean planning support, I also I like that, but as a principle again. But yeah, um, and we've been seeing also narrative and game designer, brand management, already on their LinkedIn working for employment. And I think the most areas that were affected was Q&A, marketing, art, and narrative, which is basically the bulk of the creative process of a game like this, especially on the art and narrative stuff there. Marketing, it is what it is. I think it's a very not secure job. And Q&A, I think they have some blame here by the fact that how this game was launched, the state of that game. Again, I don't think Q&A did a very excellent job there. But in good news, Monster Hunter Wilds again. The new beta will come 7th February, and then I think they will have a second one, which is going to be February 14th to 17th. So right before the launch of the game. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I will try to play the game. I will for sure download and try to play and record some stuff here to see how it progresses, especially on the optimization side of things. I'm very interested, even though I don't think we're going to see any from what they're saying. I don't think this is going to apply. I think in terms of optimizations, we're going to see similar stuff from the first beta. I think there is a new hunt quest for this new beta, but I think it's more to people to get entertained and kill some time to until the game comes out, and again take some feedback. And I think from the gameplay systems, I think they already implemented some of the tweaks they did on this new beta, if not mistaken. But yeah, I'll try to see how it goes, because again, it's my first Hunter Wilds, a Monster Hunter game that I'm going to play. I never play any other Monster Hunter game, so this is a kind of a fresh experience for me, and I did enjoy what I played, and I want to delve deep a little bit more on the systems there. Yeah, and they are also working on regarding optimization. They are working to fine tune this optimization. Again, what it worries me more is the PC stuff there. Um, they see if they can lower the recommended GPU requirement, especially. And I think it will be good to release a free benchmarking tool to get around to see what kind of expectation that you can have with your own hardware with this benchmarking tool. I think similar to Black Myth Wukong, they did a benchmarking tool. Again, I didn't know. I didn't know. I completely forgot that to play 1080p 60 frames and to achieve those 60 frames, you need frame generation enabled. You need a 2070 Super or a 4060 or even a 6700 XT. Again, I think if they manage to, with this hardware, and achieve 1080p 60 frames, I don't know, medium to high settings, with this hardware, I think they achieve a pretty good optimization. Because again, if they are only reaching 1080p 30 frames, um, native resolution with low to medium settings, and then to achieve those 60 frames, you need frame generation. I don't think that's a good option there. And again, by the fact that these are lower end GPUs, I don't think frame generation, um, especially with a base frame of around 30 frames, it's not good. It doesn't feel good, especially on the game that you need to, I don't know, defend and hit the any kind of combat that you need more skilled feeling, or at least feedback when you're doing the combat. Again, 30 frames, I think it's a little bit too low. I think smooth 60 frames, it's pretty good, at least from the experience that I have with combat games, or the combat systems that we in the games that I played. But yeah, hopefully we will get huge improvements, especially on the lower end. I think on my beta that I did, I had to use upscale, so 4K quality mode, FSR quality mode, if not mistaken, with everything on high, and I would achieve around 4K 60ish with the upscaler there. At least that's my perception of what I remember playing. Hopefully, I can, if they manage with my system, if I can manage, I don't know, 4K 60 with high settings native, I think it will be a good optimization path there. In other stuff here, we got Phantom Blade Zero. You got the gameplay trailer Year of the Snake. Again, this is a boss battle. Again, it's not the full boss battle. It's around 5 minutes. But again, this game is looking pretty sleek and pretty good. The animations very fluid, the combat, and even the choreography of the AI movement, and it seems pretty insane, very fast paced. um yeah, I really did enjoy. I'm expecting this game to come to PC, and given that this is published by PlayStation, I think they're going to have the PSN requirement stuff for sure, unless they retract that until this game is launched. I think supposedly is going to launch next year. But yeah, it's my only worry is the fact that this game is published by PlayStation, and the fact that coming to PC for sure they will have that PSN requirement is something that I will not do. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this will go in terms of the publishing of this game. But this game is looking pretty sleek every time they launch a new gameplay trailer, and they are doing pretty good regarding the marketing of this. They are showing only gameplay. They don't. Except for the first trailer, which is usually CGI, which is to try and put the setting out of the game. Other than that, I only remember seeing gameplay trailers, a couple of them from this game. Yeah, they are doing a good job so far. Hopefully, this is going to be a banger, even if, again, probably will not play it on PC, given that for sure it will have that PSN requirement. And then lastly, we got here Balatro sales top 5 million units sold. Again, I think this was done by a single person. This game, if not mistaken, I think I saw in an interview or something like that, that this guy thought that only a couple of people would buy the game because of, I don't know, his perception of roguelike kind of games, and the fact that it's a card game, poker related, use pokers and jokers. Again, this game is very addicting. I bought it for Steam and also for mobile. I've been playing more on mobile here and there when I have kind of a break or something like that. I'm smoking cigarette or something like that. It's when I usually do kind of a little bit of the run, or fail completely a run in a couple of plays. But yeah, this game is pretty addicting, and it's got my stamp of approval. If you like kind of the roguelike deck builder kind of a thing, again, this has huge amounts of potential for you to get hooked. I don't know, thousands of hours here. But yeah, let's go for some gaming deals. We got again Balatro. It's not on the deal, but again, it's got a stamp of recommendation even at this full price. Again, you can get huge amounts of gameplay time here, a lot of unlockables to do here, and the fact that you play with the poker rules, and again, almost unlimited amounts of ways of going about this game. We got Liza P. It's on deal for 40% off. The deluxe edition is also 40%. I'm not sure when the DLC will come out. I think it will be this year, if not mistaken. They're being hush hush regarding that. Hopefully, we will have some news soon regarding this new DLC. They're already been teased. We got also Crypt Custodian still 20% off. We got Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Won some awards. Pretty positive reviews, 90 and above in terms of reviews. It's kind of an adventure puzzle game here. I found it interesting from the trailers. Never played the game, never saw any kind of gameplay, but yeah, but the fact that he has excellent feedback and it's 25% off, I think it might be a good puzzle game here. We got also Nobody Wants to Die. Got between mostly to very positive reviews, 70-ish and above. It seems like detective first person game. I don't think it's very long, from what I understand. Very steampunk, kind of a Blade Runner aesthetic to it. But yeah, 35% off on this one. Then you got the Invincible. I think it's more narrative driven, first person. Very positive reviews since it came out, and it's 40% off. We got also Atomic Heart still on sale, 65-ish% off in all editions here. And then lastly, we got Children of Morta, 80% on the base game, and the complete edition, usually it's the one that I highlight, it's 78%. So not a big difference in terms of prices here. But yeah, this is what I got for today. I will leave with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. The extra support at this moment in time for me to try and get a better storage solution so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and also some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunami Master out.